Hey there, welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven,
This
he's
guy's
still Alec, and today we review Creag Isle 33. Don't know why I did that. So, this is a Islay peated Scotch from Creag Isle. It is 33 years old. It is Cognac oak finish, and it is 44.1% alcohol by volume.
Masterpiece.
Beautiful. And we're gonna drink it.
Boom.
So this Scotch comes out at roughly $250.
For those of you who don't think money is an item,
That's super expensive, but we're gonna go ahead and grade it and review it slightly based off of that dollar point, but not entirely because we don't have anything along that price point.
Right.
So we can't fairly grade, oh hey, I know this is exactly what a $200 Scotch should taste like, or a $300 Scotch.
well, I think the difference between this bottle and this the next most expensive bottle we have is what, like $100 and something bucks?
Yeah.
So it's hard to do that, but we'll kind of put it on like a weighted scale to normalize what we think of as far as flavor compared to price point. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, more or less. And shout out to John who provided this bottle for the channel. So let's go ahead and review this whiskey. So it's slightly light for 33 years old. Like normally I don't grade on color by needs because I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
But for Scotch at 33 years old, I would have expected it to be a little bit, darker than this.
But see, maybe that's part of the secret.
Yeah.
Maybe they just know, man.
Maybe. All right, let's go ahead and get on the nose. Ooh, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly delicate, but not like overly delicate.
Right.
Like it's
like very subtle fruity smokiness that just kind of goes together well. Isn't overpowering in one way or another. Just kind of just a genuine blend.
like a bready, like apricot, plum, cherry pie. Caramel drizzled, but the caramel's not like, it's not piping hot anymore. Like it's kind of like cooled down a little bit.
Yeah, it almost has like a slightly
vanilla
saltiness kind of to it.
Yeah, but then you also threw smoke at it for no reason whatsoever.
Right. It's
Like you burnt it a little bit.
Yes.
You burnt the pie a little bit because you're not really good at baking.
You're Steve.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, but it's really nice. It's a lot of bold, dark, fruity flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Paired with some nice oak, a nice bit of vanilla and stuff, but it's also very smoky and it has a mild amount of earth and saltiness to it. And on the palate, oh my god.
Yeah.
So on the palate, it's a lot less fruity.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's still
but
very much
flips
so
the nose though. Definitely flips the nose.
Yeah. So where there's that graham cracker, brown sugar filled dark fruit pie taste you're getting in the nose, or on the nose you're getting a lot more of that, and then you're getting a little hint of smoke.
Yeah.
There's a lot more smoke and saltiness and brininess, a little bit band-aidy, iodine-y, and then a hint or a suggestion of those kind of fruitier flavors, which makes it really interesting. This isn't boring by any means.
It's almost tricky.
Yeah, it's not overly hot too because it's only coming in at 44.1%, which is significantly less than most of my bar. But it's still very, very flavorful and rich.
Yeah,
it brings a lot to the table.
Well, and I think that's another really nice thing about it is I think if you were to sip on this for a little bit, don't do that. Don't waste $250 a night. But imagine having this bottle for a night. The amount of just differentials.
It wouldn't make the night if it wasn't my bottle.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think over the course of drinking a bottle, you get so much. There'd be variance everywhere. You get more fruity, you get more smoky, you get more creamy, you get more of that just beautiful flavor everywhere. So I don't know. It's really good.
Yeah. It's super duper complex, not boring at all. It brings a lot to the table, a lot of fruity smokiness, and the smoke. It's not like typically I love a super smoky whiskey, which this isn't extremely smoky.
No, but the smoke that does come out is really good.
It's the back end of the palate is kind of like this ashy, smoky char.
Right.
That's really freaking good. Like, like roasted fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, caramel drizzle roasted.
Oh,
fruit.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, the big question that we need to answer that we don't quite yet know, maybe. So, the question we need to answer is, yes, we obviously clearly love this bottle.
Yes.
But is it worth $250?
Right.
So, price point out of the way, I don't think I've had a better bottle of Scotch in my entire life. Like, this is, without a doubt, the best bottle of Scotch I've ever had.
Absolutely.
Maybe not necessarily whiskey, because I have had a lot of whiskey, some that I don't have bottles of, some that I do have bottles of. And then whiskey is just kind of like some days, like I can have like a really cheap bourbon and a really expensive Scotch, and I'll prefer the bourbon just because I'm feeling bourbon that day.
Right.
So we're not getting in that. So it's an A++++++ when we're not considering price, but considering that this bottle is in fact $250. What do you grade it as?
With price included, I think that it really depends on how much of a Scotch person you are. Because if you are a lover of Scotch, always have been, always will be, you've got 15 to 50 bottles of Scotch already, and you're looking for something that's just going to make a big pop out from your collection, I'd still give it an A. Now, if you're the kind of person who isn't necessarily into Scotch, or you're getting into whiskey and bourbon and Scotch all together, if you're just someone who's looking for something that's going to be a little bit more of a eye candy piece, or something that you can kind of say, this is my premier bottle, I'd say probably B+. Simply because you're dropping 250 big ones for that eyepiece.
Yeah. So me, personally, I agree with what Alex said. Personally, I'm giving it I'm going to give it a B+.
B+?
Solely just because, again, like we said at the beginning of this review, we don't quite know what what the baseline of this much money in
where the
Scotch
bar
costs.
exists in general.
What I can undoubtedly say is this is the best Scotch I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah. Okay.
Flavor-wise, price taken away, it's an A+++++.
Right.
With price included, I'm gonna give it a
B+.
just because that's a B. Just because that's a lot of money. I have a hard time spending over like $100 on whiskey.
Well, and
this is like 2.5 times that much, so that's kind of...
B, I think, is a good representation of it. Maybe in the future when we get another $200+ bottle of Scotch, we can reevaluate.
So, Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans gives this bottle, flavor-wise, A+++++. Everything included, a B. Just because it is a lot of money, but it's not a disappointing bottle. No. So, if you have had this bottle, let us know what you think about this.
If you know of another bottle that's in the same range, tell us.
Yeah, if you've had this versus another bottle at the same range, let us know what you guys thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you think there's something we can put up against this. Not saying we'd get it right away, because again, a lot of money. But let us know. Maybe we can revisit that in a little bit.
Yeah. One day we'll do our top 5 $200+ bottle of Scotch.
Yes.
One day.
But that's going to be a wrap for this video, folks. Please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, yeah, that too.
And then check out the Instagram page and the Facebook, and let us know if there's something that you like, and we'll bring it to you.
Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.